I'm back with another high protein dessert. Today we're making chocolate covered frozen yogurt bites. I've made a version of this before, but these ones are gonna be double chocolate and so good. So I just added 1 cup of Greek yogurt to my bowl. I'm just using this one from Faye today. Now I'm gonna add in a 1/2 cup of natural peanut butter. This is creamy peanut butter, but I was telling my videographer, Gino, that it kind of looks like they didn't grind it up enough because there's still some pieces of nuts in there. Anyways, this is the one that I used. It's organic, unsweetened, so the only ingredient is organic peanuts. So added a 1/2 cup of that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder for the chocolate flavor. Make sure your cocoa powder is unsweetened because this is a low sugar recipe, low sugar and high protein, but it's gonna taste delicious. So for our sweetener, I'm adding about a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. I'm at the end of my maple syrup jar. So that will be our sweetener because it's a healthier, less refined and processed sweetener. And now we are just gonna mix this all together. Actually, I almost forgot one ingredient. I do wanna add a pinch of salt because chocolate and sea salt are the best combo. So just go ahead and mix it all together until it is fully combined and smooth. Okay, we're laughing about my mini whisk here. I was going to use the big one, but sometimes I just like using a mini one because I feel like stuff gets less stuck in it. But I'm getting out my mini whisk just to make sure it's perfectly smooth and there's no peanut butter clumps in the mixture. Okay, once you have it all mixed together, this is what it should look like. It's kind of like a thick mousse consistency. So now I'm just gonna grab a tray that I lined with some parchment paper so that it doesn't stick. And I'm gonna take my handy dandy cookie scoop. I'm using a large scoop today, but I'm just going to scoop out dollops onto my parchment paper lined tray. Look at how perfect they look. You don't have to use a cookie scoop, you could just use a spoon, but I feel like this makes them a little bit more uniform, but doesn't really matter. It will all taste the same. You could also use a mini scoop. You can make them whatever size you want. I'm making them on the bigger side. So I'm gonna place this in the freezer until these fully harden, and then we have a couple more steps that are gonna make these so good. So I'm so excited. That it already smells delicious, and I feel like there's no better combo than chocolate and peanut butter. So I have high hopes for these. I'm gonna put them in the freezer probably for at least an hour, but maybe 1 to 2 hours. I'll let you guys know when I take them out. Okay, it has been about an hour and a half, and these have frozen pretty well. So I just pulled these out of the freezer, and I also melted some dark chocolate. This is about 3/4 cup of chocolate chips, along with 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, and I just melted it in the microwave, but you could melt it over a double boiler if you don't want to use the microwave. Now we're just going to take each one of our chocolate frozen yogurt bites, and we're just gonna place it into the melted chocolate. These are gonna be so good. So I'm just gonna kind of wipe off the bottom. And then I'm also going to take some crushed up peanuts and sprinkle them on top for a little crunch. Look at how good that looks. So we'll repeat this with each frozen yogurt bite until they are all coated in the chocolate. This is usually the part where I get chocolate all over myself. All right, so one by one, we're dipping these into our chocolate. It'd also probably be really good with some white chocolate if you wanted to switch it up a little bit. But I feel like these are gonna be the perfect healthy treat to be able to grab from my freezer whenever I want something sweet, but also wanna have a little bit of protein and just a treat that's made with real whole foods. So if you want to make sure that these are healthy, you can use a low sugar dark chocolate, which is what I'm using today. And we have one more. And if you don't use all of the chocolate, you can actually put this in the fridge and just save it for when you need to dip something else in chocolate. You can just reheat it until it's nice and melted like this. Okay guys, tell me this does not look like a dessert you would get at like a chocolate shop. So I'm gonna place these back in the freezer for another just like maybe 10 to 15 minutes until that chocolate coating fully hardens, and then we will come back for a taste test. All right, these were in the freezer for another 10 or so minutes, and look at how good they look. I cannot wait to try one of these. So I'm gonna slice one open just to kind of see what the center looks like. All right, look at how good that looks. Oh my gosh. It's like so fudgy. It's not icy at all, which I feel like sometimes happens with yogurt recipes, but this looks amazing. I seriously cannot get over how good this looks. So let's try it out and see how it tastes. Like I said, these are high protein, just a healthier grab and go treat, much healthier than regular ice cream. So I'm hoping they taste good because by the looks of them, my hopes are high. Guys, this is one of the best things I have ever made. This is so good. Way better than I was even expecting. It's almost like a fudge ice cream consistency. I don't even know how to explain it, but this is a 10 out of 10. I would take this over real ice cream every single day. You guys have to try this one. Let me know in the comments if you try it and what you think.